Hey, welcome to Everyday Jewish Mom. My name is Marty, and today I'm going to be sharing with you everything you need to know about Purim, what it is, how we celebrate, and of course, what do we eat? If you're new to my channel, don't forget to subscribe. I put out videos all year long on how to celebrate Jewish holidays with your family. So what is Purim? Purim is the holiday when we retell the story from the book of Esther. The book of Esther is one of our holy books, part of our Jewish Bible, the Tanakh. It is separate from the Torah. And the story goes something like this. A long time ago in ancient Persia, in a city called Shushan, there was a king named Ahasuerus who had banished his wife and needed to find a new one. So he held a beauty pageant, and a Jewish woman named Esther entered the pageant and won. But her uncle Mordecai advised her not to tell anyone that she was Jewish. King Ahasuerus had a trusted advisor named Haman, who was power-hungry and demanded that everyone would bow to him as he walked through the streets of Shushan. Well, Uncle Mordecai refused to bow, believing that it was against his Jewish beliefs, and this enraged Haman. Haman went to the king and said, "There are people among us who are a threat to us, and we must eliminate them." And he was given the power to set a date when all of the Jews in Shushan were to be executed. He even started building the gallows. So Mordecai went to his niece, Queen Ester, and said, "You are our only hope here. You need to do something." Now she remembered what happened to the last queen who stood up to the king, and so she had to sum up her bravery. She prayed to God and fasted, and the Jewish people prayed and fasted along with her. She went to see the king. Much to her relief, the king welcomed her, and she told him what was happening, that someone was trying to kill her. And when the king asked who, she pointed to Haman. The Jews were saved, and Haman was hung on those gallows that he had built for the Jews. So how do we celebrate? Well, we celebrate loudly. When the book of Esther is read in the synagogue, it's read out of a scroll called Megillah. And we are supposed to make so much noise that we drown out the name of Haman. So when his name is read, everyone in the congregation boos and hisses and uses a grogger, you get the idea, to make a whole lot of noise. The other way that we experience the story is to reenact it in something called a Purim spiel, which is a play that's put on telling the story, but in a satirical way, using modern characters from TV or movies. It often uses inside jokes amongst people who are there or the congregation. It is joyous and fun and silly. It is not just the people in the Purim spiel that dress up for Purim. Everyone dresses up for Purim. Traditionally, you would dress up as one of the characters in the story, but these days it looks like Halloween. And finally, Purim is actually our gift-giving holiday. We specifically give gifts of food for this holiday. They're called mishloach manot or shalach manot. And it's in order to share the joy of the holiday with friends and loved ones. So how do we celebrate this holiday? Well, loudly and with a whole lot of joy. So, of course, we read the story of the book of Esther. It's actually read from a scroll called a Megillah. And during the reading, we are supposed to make so much noise that we drown out the name of Haman. So the congregation will hiss and boo, and we will use groggers and noisemakers like this. You get the idea, to drown out his name, and then we quiet down and listen to the rest of it. The other way we experience the story is with a play called a Purim spiel. They're satirical play to retell the story using characters from pop culture or inside jokes or things that are going on in the news these days. And it's not just people in the play who get dressed up. We all dress up for Purim. Traditionally, people would dress up as the characters from the Purim story, but these days, anything goes really, and so it looks a whole lot like Halloween. This is actually our gift-giving holiday as well. We give gifts of food called mishloach manot or shalach manot that have 2 or 3 different types of food in them, and it's a way of helping our friends and family celebrate the holiday as well. Now, what do we eat? We eat Hamantaschen. Hamantaschen are these triangle-shaped cookies that usually have a fruit filling inside. Traditionally, it's prunes or poppy seed, but these days it'll be kind of anything. And they are a triangle because Haman is said to have worn a triangle hat. You are also supposed to get drunk on Purim, and not like a little bit. You're supposed to be so drunk that you can't tell the difference between Mordechai and Haman. So that is Purim. Don't forget to follow me on all of my social media. I am Everyday Jewish Mom everywhere. I will have a ton of links in the box below for you. And check out these videos.